Oh, he did have a fourth this whole time.
Base is under attack.
That's terrible. I didn't know about that. I did not know about that.
Somebody, get me out of this mess.
Mineral field depleted.
Macro, man.
SCVs under attack.
Oh no. That's all bad. Wow.
This better be good.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Marina there.
Our SCVs
I just
are
let him
under
take his
attack.
fourth. That was really fucking stupid. I don't know. I never scouted it. He's probably had that for a while, huh?
He took it late. I mean, it was well after you'd killed his third. When you killed the third, he cleaned it up, and then he double expanded, retaking the third and the fourth at the same time.
Really?
Armed and ready. You want a piece of me, boy?
Base geyser exhausted.
And that's game.
Alright, well, GG. I can say with certainty that you had that one in the bag, brother.
Yeah, dude. I know.
Let it slip.
I know.
Just let it slip. So, Poke Bunny says Vikings and Banshees are the same speed. So thanks, Poke, for the hookup there. And alright, man. Well, I know we're kind of approaching the end of our time, so we could try to squeeze in one more game with Juan if you want to play it, or we could just jump straight into some questions. I would hate to miss out on the chance to ask you questions, though. So I would vote for questions now, but if you want to play one more game, I'm not going to tell you no.
I'm all TvT'd all over the place.
All right,
But
TvT'd out. So we'll take some of these questions from people, and we'll call it a night. So let's see what folks have asked of the Painuser. Question about detection in Terran versus Terran. Painuser, when do you get it? What are the cues that you need it? And I guess like how can I punish a player for not having it?
I would try and scan wherever you think his starport is going to be, right around like the 6:30 to 7-minute mark, and hopefully you see whether he has a naked starport, a reactor, or a tech lab. And if he has a tech lab, you need to get some form of detection, either a Raven or some turrets. And a lot of times it's just a hunch. Like, you need to count his units and infer what he's doing as a result of like what units he has. So if he has a bunch of Marines and you have, a tank, a bunch of Marines, and a Viking, and he just has a bunch of Marines and you haven't seen anything else, odds are he's invested, money
that
into
money's
a
gone
Banshee and
somewhere.
Cloak.
Yeah.
So you just need to read little things like that, and then also scanning right around the 6-minute 30 to 7-minute mark and trying to see what's on his starport is really important.
Yeah, I think the part about drawing conclusions based on what you see, like in terms of his army, is really, really critical. I lost the game today. This is a Zerg versus Protoss, so it's a completely different matchup. But I lost the game today because I scouted 3-gate expand, but he only had a single zealot and a sentry, and I knew something's wrong, but I didn't really react to it. And he had, proxied a dark shrine and was going DTs. So you can never assume that your opponent's just bad. You have to always assume that he's spending that money on something. You know, at least in my opinion. Anyway,
Yeah, absolutely.
anyway, so we mentioned battle cruisers in the last game. You said it probably wasn't going to happen, but sometimes it does happen. So what is the most cost-effective way to deal with a Terran player who has made that transition into battle cruisers? How do you stop battle cruisers in the late game?
Vikings and turrets. You got to put Viking line. You need a Viking line with your tanks, and then a turret line to fall back to while you're kiting the battle cruisers, because they can just tank Vikings for days and push on your siege line. So it's really important to do that.
Okay, okay. Um, Painuser, what if instead of making lots of siege tanks, I made lots of marauders?
In TvT,
Yes.
it's doable, but you have to keep in mind siege tanks not only rape Marines, they also rape Marauders. Marauders rape siege tanks as well, but like siege tanks in a defensible position, it doesn't matter if they're fighting Marines or Marauders or anything on the ground for that matter. They just annihilate everything. Once you hit like a critical mass of 15 plus siege tanks, I don't think it really makes a difference whether you have Marines or Marauders. People go Marines in TvT because it's a really nice mineral dump and they're a super effective unit and they're really good against one another and they're outstanding against Marauders. So if your opponent is going bio in a TvT, if he's going Marine Marauder, you can go almost strictly Marine with tank support and just pump a ton of Marines and get several reactors going, and you'll outbeat him in all the big fights just because of your superior Marine count. Like if you go hard Marine, you will beat someone who goes Marine Marauder for sure because Marines are outstanding against Marauders. So what he's relying on in going Marauder, and if you want to go Marauder, you can do it, but you just need to be able to throw away a ton of units. So you have to expand aggressively and all that kind of stuff. You need to expand very aggressively, get an economic edge, and stay on top of your opponent. And you also have to do damage with drops or backstabs. You can't just clash into his tank Marine army and hope for the best. You have to wait for him to move out and then backstab his natural and wait for him to move out, double drop his main, stuff like that. You can't play like a straight up game if he's going Marine tank and you're going bio in TvT.
Cool. Gotcha. Kawhi Rice sent me a question. Said, "Will you fight me, Painuser?"
We play all the time. we fight on a regular basis. So yes, I will fight you. We're probably gonna end up training for NASL probably here pretty soon.
Sweet, man.
I should probably get on that. I got to play San on the 29th.
I gotta get Kawhi Rice on the show.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. He's a really smart kid with a lot
I've
to
actually
say.
got his name on the banner because he talks to Exia, if you know who that is, and told him that he'd like to come on. So I should probably follow up on that. Dear Painuser, one of my practice partners likes to go heavy mech in TvT. Thors, Blue Flame Hellions, tanks, with turrets everywhere. How the hell am I supposed to deal with this?
If you see someone switching to mech in TvT, like just all mech, and you know if he has like one Rax or a couple Raxes and you don't see add-ons, that should just immediately cue you in your mind to start adding factories and adding siege tanks. If he's going mech and he's getting Thors and Hellions and all this other stuff, and you're just pumping strictly tanks, basically you want to do what you would do normally if you were going Marine tank in TvT, but you just want to add like 2 more factories and take a quick third and then just start pumping tanks off 4 factories, and you're going to be equal or higher. You're going to be higher than him on tank count because he's investing a lot of money in Thors and turrets and other stuff. and you can take that early aggressive third, and there's really no way for him to push you. One thing you have to be really careful of is blue flame drops. Get a Viking patrolling, like outside your main and possibly outside your third. Get sensor tower